Over the years, the LGBTQ+ community has received growing support and recognition, especially transgender individuals. Many Black celebrities have bravely come out and shared their gender transition journeys, breaking down stereotypes and becoming symbols of inspiration for millions. They not only faced personal challenges, but also had to overcome societal barriers, from public pressure to discrimination in the entertainment industry. Here are 15 Black celebrities who have gone through the gender transition process, affirmed their identities, and made a positive impact on society. The challenges they have overcome are beyond what most people could imagine. Their stories you may never know if we don't share them today, will leave you speechless. If you love stories of courage, perseverance, and the desire to live true to oneself, don't forget to follow so you won't miss our next videos. Please share, like, and subscribe to continue exploring the amazing journeys of these stars with us. See you in the next video. Born in the 1940s in Chicago, Major Griffin-Gracy not only witnessed history but helped shape it. As a resilient activist, she stood at the forefront of the 1969 Stonewall riots, a pivotal event that ignited the modern LGBTQ+ rights movement. But behind the headlines and her fight for justice lies a life marked by stigma, imprisonment, and an ongoing battle against an unjust system. Imagine this. You are a Black transgender woman in the 1960s, daring to live authentically in a world that turns its back on you. That was Major Griffin-Gracy's life. She faced ridicule, isolation, and violence at every turn. Worse yet, she was thrown into the prison system, where transgender women not only faced disadvantages, but were also subjected to brutal treatment. At Attica Prison, she witnessed firsthand the horrors of abuse in detention facilities. These experiences were deeply etched in her memory and became the driving force behind her lifelong fight. But Major Griffin-Gracy's story is not just one of suffering. It is also a story of resilience and revolution. After the fateful night at Stonewall, she rose from the ashes to become a voice for those silenced by the world. As the executive director of the TGI Justice Project, she dedicated her entire life to helping Black transgender women rebuild their lives after incarceration. She wasn't just an advocate from afar. She personally entered prisons, bringing clothes, food, and something even more powerful, compassion and dignity. Major Griffin-Gracy was not just a transgender woman. She was a warrior. Every scar, every night behind bars, every tear shed became fuel that strengthened her. Her life is both a tragedy and a source of inspiration, a testament that injustice can never prevail as long as there are those brave enough to fight against it. Born in 1975 in Tobago, Dominique Jackson is an unforgettable name in the LGBTQ+ community. As a young, lost girl trapped in a town full of prejudice, she transformed herself into a global icon. She captivated audiences with her portrayal of Electra Abundance in the groundbreaking series Pose. But behind the dazzling spotlight lies a journey filled with pain, tears, and extraordinary resilience. Dominique's childhood was overshadowed by rejection. When she came out in the early 1990s, her family disowned her. The community around her also turned their back. With nowhere left to go, Dominique left Tobago for the United States, carrying a broken heart and a fragile hope for a better future. However, instead of finding the fresh start she had always hoped for, she found herself homeless. She spent countless nights on park benches, battling the cold and uncertainty. Then she discovered the ballroom scene, a world full of allure, challenge, and self-expression. Here, Dominique not only survived, but thrived. With her royal presence and fierce spirit, she quickly became a formidable force. But behind the glittering performances were countless struggles. Even in transgender shelters, she still faced discrimination. One night, after being kicked out of a shelter, a ballroom friend whispered in her ear words that would change her life forever. "Turn your wounds into strength. If the world won't accept you, build your own power." And she did. Her portrayal of Electra Abundance in Pose wasn't just a dazzling performance on screen. It was a raw, honest reflection of the real-life battles she had fought. Through her powerful presence on screen and unwavering support off-screen, Dominique has become more than just an actress. She is a warrior fighting for the rights of the LGBTQ+ community, a voice for the voiceless, and a symbol of resilience. Today, even as she basks in the spotlight, she never forgets where she started. From the darkest depths of struggle, she rose to victory, proving to the world that no rejection can dim the light of someone destined to shine. Born in 1980 in Wisconsin, Angelica Ross once felt like a lost soul, a young girl abandoned by her own family simply for daring to live authentically. But from the depths of pain and discrimination, she rose like a phoenix, becoming the first transgender woman to lead a play on Broadway. She transformed the stage into more than just a place to perform. It became a space to affirm her self-worth and uplift her community. Angelica's journey of self-discovery began in the early 2000s, when she was in her 20s. The moment she accepted her truth, her family turned their back on her, leaving her homeless and alone. Forced to survive, she took on temporary jobs as a waitress and model just to get by. The lonely nights in an empty room nearly broke her spirit. But instead of giving up, she fought. Angelica turned her pain into purpose, refusing to let societal prejudices extinguish her dreams. Determined to build a future for herself, she taught herself programming, opening up new opportunities, and changing her life. In 2014, she founded Trans Tech Social Enterprises, an organization that helps transgender individuals find career opportunities in the tech industry. But her ambitions didn't stop there. The world couldn't ignore her as she stepped into the spotlight of Hollywood. With breakthrough roles in Pose and American Horror Story, she broke down barriers, proving that transgender actors deserve respect and recognition. And then, the moment that changed history came. In 2022, Angelica Ross made history by stepping into the role of Roxy Hart in the musical Chicago on the Broadway stage. On opening night, the audience erupted in thunderous applause to honor a woman who had once been abandoned, but had now become a shining star. But this victory wasn't just hers. It was a victory for the entire LGBTQ+ community. Angelica Ross's story is a living testament that no dream is out of reach. She not only survived, but thrived, rising from someone once rejected by society to become a brilliant, unstoppable star. Her story is not just an inspiration, but living proof that resilience can turn pain into strength and make dreams a reality. Born in 1980 in Pennsylvania, Peppermint faced a world that refused to accept her, a lost soul in the shadows of prejudice. But after years of isolation and struggle, She rose above expectations to become the first openly transgender contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race. She then made history again as the leading transgender actress on Broadway with her role in the play Head Over Heels. Peppermint's journey of turning pain into strength began in the early 2000s, a time when society still deeply stigmatized transgender identity. As a young girl, she endured ridicule and rejection, forced to seek solace in dimly lit bars where she performed to make a living. Those small stages were not just a means of survival, but a battleground where she fought for acceptance. Every time she stepped into the spotlight, she wasn't just performing. She was fighting against the cruelty of a society that once wanted her to stay silent. And it was in that darkness that she found her strength. Making history on television and Broadway, in 2017, Peppermint joined RuPaul's Drag Race and made a bold decision: to come out as transgender right on the show. It was a risk, an act that challenged the rigid norms that had long defined drag culture. But instead of being underestimated, she shocked the world with her talent and raw authenticity. She broke down barriers and became a beacon of hope for those who had been deemed not belonging here by society. Her career reached new heights in 2018 when she took on the groundbreaking lead role in Head Over Heels on Broadway. But this wasn't just a personal victory. It was a groundbreaking moment for the entire LGBTQ+ community. On that stage, she poured all her pain, fear, and triumph into her performance, turning her character into a living testament to truth and resilience. Her story is not only inspiring but revolutionary, a powerful reminder that no prejudice is too strong to break. No dream is too big to pursue. She is living proof that those who dare to fight for their truth can change the world. Born in Mobile, Alabama, where conservative values run deep, Laverne Cox endured relentless bullying from a young age. But she turned that pain into power, rising to become the first transgender woman nominated for an Emmy for her role as Sophia Bursay in Orange is the New Black. Laverne not only conquered Hollywood, but also broke down the stereotypes that had long limited the transgender community. Laverne's journey to self-acceptance began in the late 1990s when she was attending college in Birmingham, Alabama. But the road was far from easy. She grew up in an environment full of disdainful looks, cruel remarks, and brutal beatings. The ridicule from her peers was painful, but the deepest wound came from her own family. The mother she admired who refused to accept her gender identity out of fear of society's judgment. But Laverne refused to break. She found solace in dancing, a sanctuary where she could express herself freely and escape from reality. Art became her salvation, the place where she began to rebuild her life after years of struggling with prejudice and emotional scars. Determined to pursue her dreams, she moved to New York City, where her life was changed forever. Her role in Orange is the New Black changed everything. Laverne Cox not only captivated audiences with her talent, but also became a powerful force for the transgender community. Appearing on the cover of Cosmopolitan and countless other major publications, she broke societal norms, demanding recognition, respect, and equality. But perhaps the defining moment of her journey wasn't in Hollywood. It was when her mother finally stood by her side, publicly declaring that she was proud of her daughter. After years of rejection, That moment not only healed Laverne, but also stood as a testament to the power of love and acceptance. From a neglected child to a pioneering icon, Laverne Cox transformed her pain into resilience, breaking down barriers and inspiring millions of people around the world. Born in 1977 in Miami, Florida, T.S. Madison has come a long way from being an outcast to becoming a game-changer in the entertainment industry. She is not only famous, but also broke down barriers, making history with the T.S. Madison Experience, becoming the first Black transgender woman to host her own reality TV show. This not only amplified her voice, but also expanded the voice of the entire community she represents. But behind the glamour and success lies a story of struggle and resilience. In the late 1990s, T.S. Madison bravely stepped forward to live authentically, facing relentless discrimination, not only from society, but also from within the LGBTQ+ community. As a Black transgender woman, she endured financial struggles, rejection, and countless battles just to be seen. Her breakthrough came in the early 2010s with the viral sensation New Weave 22. The video, blending humor with a powerful message, was not just entertainment, but a statement of self-acceptance, a moment that resonated with millions. In just one night, Madison became a phenomenon, opening doors that had long been closed to someone like her. But Madison was not satisfied with internet fame. In 2021, she made history once again with the T.S. Madison Experience, solidifying her position in television and setting a precedent for Black transgender women in the media. More than just a show, it was a movement, challenging stereotypes, advocating for equality, and proving that authenticity is power. Few could have guessed that the woman now leading a team of over 50 people, most of whom are from the LGBTQ+ community, was once denied opportunities simply because of her gender identity. But Madison didn't wait for a seat at the table. She built her own empire. Today, T.S. Madison is not only a media mogul, but also a force, a trailblazer, and a living testament to turning adversity into triumph. Her story is not just an inspiration, but a revolution, paving the way for future generations of Black transgender women in the entertainment industry. If you found this story interesting and want to explore more about the journey of living authentically, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss the next exciting videos. Leave your thoughts in the comments. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Born in Hawaii, Janet Mock is not only a talented writer and director, but also a symbol of resilience and unwavering determination. Janet Mock became the first transgender woman to work behind the camera on groundbreaking shows like Pose. But she is not just an artist. She is also a powerful voice for the transgender community. In the early 1990s, while still in high school, Janet began her difficult transition. Growing up in poverty, she quickly became aware of her gender identity, but also faced many harsh challenges. Without financial support, Janet turned to sex work to fund her gender-affirming surgery. It was a path filled with danger, emotional scars, and deep wounds, but she never gave up on her dream. Janet drew inspiration from Janet Jackson, the pop icon who embodied independence and power. At 18, she traveled to Thailand for surgery, a decision that not only changed her body, but also became a declaration of her freedom. But behind the physical pain was emotional anguish, judgmental looks, harsh words, and constant fear. However, Janet transformed her pain into strength, using the art of storytelling to share her truth. In 2014, her memoir, Redefining Realness, helped raise public awareness about the challenges faced by transgender individuals. She continued to make history as a producer and director of Pose, paving the way for transgender artists. Today, Janet Mock is a living testament to resilience. From a young girl crushed by adversity, she rose to redefine success on her own terms and became a legend in the LGBTQ+ community. Born in 1983 in Michigan, Brian Michael Smith is not only an outstanding actor but also a pioneer, reshaping the narrative of Black transgender men in the entertainment industry. As a child, Brian was an exceptional athlete, winning numerous medals. But behind the victories, he always felt disconnected from his body, an inner struggle he couldn't share with anyone. In his early 20s, Brian accepted his true gender identity. But at that time, society still held heavy prejudice against transgender individuals, especially Black men. Determined to live authentically, Brian began his transition. However, as he pursued an acting career, he realized opportunities for transgender people were scarce. Roles were often limited to caricatures or cheap tragedies. Brian refused to let those stereotypes define him. His breakthrough role in Queen Sugar shattered outdated stereotypes, paving the way for more authentic representation of Black transgender men on screen. Success followed with 911, Lone Star, where he portrayed a strong, courageous, and masculine character, one who is not defined by his gender identity, but by the depth and resilience of his presence on screen. He has helped change public perception, challenging outdated views on transgender people and redefining modern masculinity. Today, Brian Michael Smith is not only a talented actor, but also a symbol of persistence and authenticity. His journey is a powerful reminder that no matter how difficult the path may be, those who live true to themselves will always find their light. Born in 1991 in Chicago, Alexandra Gray faced a childhood filled with hardship and injustice. Growing up in the foster care system, she experienced homelessness, a reality that causes many to fall. But Alexandra didn't give in to fate. She was determined to find her own path. Not only did she struggle against harsh circumstances, but she also had to face deep societal prejudice as she began her gender transition journey. With no one by her side and nowhere to turn, Alexandra faced the challenges alone, but never lost hope. In those lonely nights singing on the streets, Alexandra found her own light. She not only survived, but thrived, turning her story into a testament to resilience and self-belief. From a homeless girl, Alexandra conquered the small screen, appearing in hit shows like Empire and How to Get Away with Murder. She turned pain into power, using art to affirm herself. Today, Alexandra is not only a talented actress, but also a beacon of inspiration for the transgender community. Her journey is not just a personal victory, but a revolution against discrimination. With resilience and talent, Alexandra has paved the way for those left behind, proving that no dream is out of reach. She is a living symbol of courage and the desire to change the world. Born in 1991 in New Jersey, Michaela Jaé Rodriguez is not just a star, but a pioneering force in the entertainment industry. In 2022, she made history by becoming the first transgender woman to win a Golden Globe. This was not just a personal victory, but also a significant milestone for the entertainment industry. MJ's journey has not been easy. She struggled with her gender identity in the early 2010s, facing deep internal conflict. When MJ finally accepted her true self, she changed her life. She overcame discrimination, rejection, and even a lack of support from her family to affirm her talent and worth. Her breakthrough role as Blanca Evangelista in Pose propelled her to stardom. Not stopping there, MJ continued to shine on the musical theater stage, particularly with her role as Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors. Her success is not just a personal victory, but a powerful statement. Transgender artists deserve recognition, respect, and a rightful place in the entertainment industry. By breaking down barriers and promoting authentic representation, MJ has paved the way for future generations of transgender talent, ensuring their voices are heard and their art is celebrated. Born in 1988 in New Orleans, Amiyah Scott is not only an outstanding model, but also a fearless warrior fighting for the rights of the LGBTQ+ community. Famous for her breakout role in Star, Amiyah has become a symbol of strength, beauty, and resilience. She has not only changed the fashion industry, but also inspired transgender people around the world. Amiyah's journey of self-discovery began at the age of 17, a bold decision in the early 2000s. During a time when becoming a transgender person in the southern United States was not only challenging, but often life-threatening, Amiyah refused to back down. Despite prejudice, harsh stares, and criticism, she remained resolute in her determination. She carved her own path into the worlds of fashion and entertainment before the spotlight ever found her. Amiyah endured loneliness and emotional struggles, but she never allowed adversity to define her. Instead, she became one of the first openly transgender individuals to be recognized on the big screen, breaking barriers and paving the way for future generations. Along with her stunning beauty, Amiyah is a passionate advocate, using her voice to demand justice, equality, and greater representation for transgender people in the entertainment industry. She is not just a model, she is a movement. Gia Banks, the transgender mother in the ballroom, has empowered a community. A dancer, activist, and guide, Gia has left an indelible mark on the ballroom scene, becoming an icon in the transgender community. Since joining the dance community at just 19, Gia has shone like a star. But she is not just a performer. She has become a spiritual mother, a beacon of hope for transgender individuals seeking acceptance and support beyond the glamour of the ballroom. Gia has continuously fought to provide legal and medical resources for those like her who once felt abandoned by society. Her journey has not been easy. Born into poverty with no support system, she faced discrimination from a young age. But the ballroom community gave her a home, a purpose, and a space to express her true self. Through years of struggle, Gia endured silent battles, moments of isolation, and obstacles that seemed insurmountable. But she refused to be defined by hardship with an unwavering resilience. She rose above it all, not only becoming a renowned performer, but also a leader who helped shape a thriving, empowered community today. Gia Banks is not just a dance legend. She is a symbol of strength, perseverance, and unwavering love, inspiring countless individuals to find their voices, accept their truth, and step out of the shadows through her journey. Mya Taylor, from homeless to making history as the first transgender person to win a Gotham Award, was born in 1991 in Texas. Mya not only shattered stereotypes, but also etched her name in film history. Before entering the entertainment industry, she faced enormous challenges, including homelessness, taking on any job she could just to survive. But fate had other plans. A chance encounter with director Sean Baker changed everything. He gave her a role in Tangerine that changed her life, taking her from obscurity to becoming the first transgender actress to win the prestigious Gotham Award. But Mya's journey was far from easy. Growing up in a conservative family in Texas, she struggled to accept her true self in a society filled with discrimination. She fought not only against the world around her, but also with herself, enduring the pain of loneliness and nights without a place to call home. Yet she never gave up. Tangerine is a testament to Mya's resilience. She proved that identity does not limit talent, and when given the opportunity, transgender individuals can not only shine, but also transform the entire industry. Munroe Bergdorf, the pioneering transgender model, has overcome every obstacle. Born in 1987 in the UK, she made history as the first transgender model to join L'Oréal UK's campaign. But behind her groundbreaking success lies an ongoing battle against racism and societal pressure. Her journey of self-discovery began in college, but entering the modeling world only added to the challenges she faced as Munroe boldly spoke out. In the fight against racism, Laurel quickly severed ties with her, sparking a media storm. But what seemed like a setback only amplified her voice. Refusing to be silenced, Munroe transformed into a brave warrior for justice, fighting not only for transgender rights, but also for online safety and gender equality. With unwavering determination, she became a beacon of hope for the LGBTQ+ community by using her platform. To challenge deeply ingrained prejudices, the more obstacles she faced, the stronger she became, proving that no matter how many times the world tried to dim her light, Munroe Bergdorf continued to shine. She illuminated the path for those who dare to be themselves without regret. Cece McDonald, from being a victimized prisoner to a pioneering symbol for transgender rights, was born in 1989. Cece McDonald is not just an activist. She is a living testament to resilience and courage. After being sentenced for defending herself in a brutal attack fueled by hate, she emerged as a powerful voice against violence towards transgender women in 2011. Cece was walking home when she was savagely attacked by a group of men, despite being the victim. The justice system failed her, convicting her of murder simply because she tried to survive as a black transgender woman in a society filled with discrimination. Her case highlighted the deep injustices that minority communities face. Behind bars, Cece endured constant hostility from fellow inmates. But instead of letting it break her, she transformed the pain into strength. Her story became a rallying cry, inspiring a documentary and driving the global fight for transgender rights. The black celebrities on this list have not only bravely lived true to themselves, but have also become powerful sources of inspiration for the LGBTQ+ community and society at large. Their journeys remind us of the importance of acceptance, love, and mutual support. As the world continues to progress, we hope that more people will feel safe to express themselves without fear or prejudice. Let's continue to spread positivity, fight for equality, and create an environment where everyone can live authentically.